Do you pick your freedom number and then add a buffer amount needed for unexpected changes in your income streams? If so, what is that buffer amount? There is the real thing as inflation, right? So I mean, yeah, that number's moved a little bit for me here in just in the last couple of years, but not like crazy difference, not crazy difference. It's good to revisit. I don't know if you have to, I look at it every year. That's just part of my annual process, is that I just go back and revisit. I said, has my freedom number changed? And I just go back through and I, go through and ask the questions around the freedom, which are, I would say another two things, Kathy, I think this will be beneficial. So two things that really work for me, when I look at the financial game plan, the six stages that Tony talks about on the financial freedom side of things is, one is, what is financial protection? Meaning, how much money do I need to have to be protected for 2 months? And then how much money do I need to have to be protected for 6 months? Meaning, if I didn't work, I've got enough money in the bank to pay all my bills for 6 months. So that's what he talks about. Get to a protection number. And, we know cash is no good. There's better things to do with that money, but we still need to leave a little bit of cash there available for us to cover those bills if something didn't happen. The last thing we want to go do is tie everything up, and then it's hard as heck to get it back out. So if you do that, just make sure you've got something that's not going to penalize you or easy to get out to cover for financial protection. Second is what he says, financial security. So security is amount of money I need annually to be financial secure. And that covers what he talks about. It's the same thing as financial protection. But now we're starting to get some money coming in instead of trading time for dollars. It's starting to get into the passive streams, all the other ways that we have. Vitality is what we need secure, and then our basic minimum, what it cost us to live right now without changing our lifestyle at all. Then you get into answering the question, what is financial independence? So monthly income necessary to support current lifestyle. So what does it cost you to break even current lifestyle? You don't change a thing. Hey, we go out to dinner twice a week, two or three times a week. We're on, 6 wine subscriptions that, because we went to, a trip to Napa and went to every winery and signed up for all of their subscription models, whatever it is. What is that dollar amount to not change? And then now you get into freedom and absolute financial freedom. And then absolute is really desires. That's the big difference with absolute financial freedom, is that we start talking about desires, beach houses, whatever it is, exotic cars, jet access, money to give to family and friends, luxury vacations, whatever it is, whatever the desire list is for you. And for me, the comes down to not, I took Jesse Itzler. Itzler had a take on the bucket list. He called it the F it list. And it's like, F it, let's do it. So what is that for you? What would be on that list? And does that list excite you? Is it part of your, perfect day, typical Tuesday? Are you, thinking about those things that you're going to do on that list? How healthy is that list? And so that number can kind of move a little bit.
So can I?
Yeah, absolutely. Fire away. Yep.
So I think where that question comes from is, so you say you have your 6 months, all that, and I'm part of EXP and have a revenue share that actually does cover more than our bills. And then we have Airbnb, we have an Airbnb, and a couple of long-term rentals. So we have these different income streams, but I mean, just like within EXP, we'll use that. Like you can drop back a level. If you've got 100 people on that, your income's going to be affected quite a lot, right? If you have, so it's like, for me, I think that question, when I'm think through that, it's like, when is enough enough, right? It's like, when's enough enough? When do you quit building? When do you quit accumulating, additional rentals for income stream and things like that? Like, don't misunderstand. It's not like I'm making millions a year,
Yeah.
but we're more than fine. If everything stays status quo, we're more than fine, with the income. But it's, I guess, because we all lived through, or many of us lived through the 2008 timeframe. We thought we were fine in 2008 too, and so we thought we had enough buffer, and we did. We were great, thankful we didn't lose stuff like a lot of our, friends did.
100%.
But anyway, it's kind of like, I feel like I'm at an age and I'm at a stage where it's like, it's like, okay, Kathy, when is enough enough? Like, that's kind of, I guess, where the buffer comes from.
I would say it's never enough, right? If you subscribe to the belief you're either growing or you're dying, and if enough is enough, that ain't growing. So there has to be something else that excites you to keep growing. And it could be giving back more, right? It could be whatever it is that lights you up, that you like, I can get behind that. I want to be a part of that. And so what does that look like? And so, yeah, there might be on the financial side of things to where it is, and you may be good. It may not affect your time allocation to do what you want to do. I think that's where having, this goes back to the life team, and we'll talk about like this a lot about with people, is that, what does the team around you have to look like for you to, in order for you to be in pursuit of that big vision that you have for your life. And I believe there's a vision, there's that overarching vision you have for your life. And then it's shared with whatever business entities. Like, hey, what's the goal? What's the vision of this business entity? What are we trying to accomplish? What's the impact? What are we trying to do? What's the goal? And so I think part of your life team has to be somebody in your corner that can help you navigate those financial waters. That's helping you see those things and like, hey, you're good. You could do this, it could be better. So I just think that's where you want to lean in as part of somebody on your life team that has has that financial outlook and perspective in your corner. So it's always a who. So I think, who do I need to be connecting with that can help navigate this waters for me moving forward is the better question.
Hey, John, can I add something a little crazy?
Yeah, always.
So I'm currently meeting with a group of women, and one of the lessons last week or the week before was exactly about money, because a lot of us as Christians, this was a Christian perspective, so it doesn't matter who your source is, right? But we feel that it's God's money. So we're sitting here feeling guilty, like, when is enough enough? Why am I never satisfied? Why do I keep upping my financial thermostat to want more? And so there's all this guilt that goes on in the background, but at the end of the day, it really is God's money. And what I think happens is everyone on this call has been given the gift. We understand how to multiply his money. Not everybody has that gift. And so taking that and multiplying his money, we get to hire VAs and change their life, provide experiences for people. So there's a lot of things you can do with it. And we talked a lot about coveting money and being in a scarce and a scarcity mindset of not using the money, because then there's people that make money and then just keep it all because they're afraid and they're in fear. And we just talked about keeping God's money in flow. And so, and of course I teach these lessons because that's what I struggle with. Like, if you're struggling with someone, why not just, why not just teach it and make it like go out there, But I just wanted to bring that up, that like what we came to the conclusion after our mastermind is, God gives us all different talents. And for most of the people that are on calls like this, we have the talent to multiply money. Mm-hmm. Just keep going and multiplying his money and help people. That's it. That's just my 2 cents.
I love it. That's fantastic. So Jackie, thank you. We're about at the 15-minute mark. So I want to just kind of let everybody know that, we're going to continue the conversation into next week as well, and really getting into making sure that even with what Jackie said, right? Is there a goal that scares us, but is also, man, that is commitment worthy. And that even your team, even that life team would get excited about that, would want to be a part of that in some way, because they believe the same thing you believe. So that's kind of where we're at. And that's what I want you guys thinking about. If you have any questions or difficulties getting into the access, Zara is your go-to. She will get you guys connected, get you anything and everything that you need. And then we'll make sure to share that link to Traction. If you guys don't have a copy of it, you'll have a digital copy. And I would recommend getting it on Audible as well. So fantastic. Appreciate you guys. I know as much as I've fought it in the past, I know how important and believe in having great coaches, and we don't take you guys for granted for 1 second. We greatly appreciate you guys leaning in and trusting in us, and grateful that we can be coach to you. So thank you guys. You guys have an amazing, powerful week, and we'll catch you guys soon. Thanks.